I remember the time I was teaching. What I did was I made this like a side hustle, some sort of. Then there was a guy that was here. There was a chap that I was working with. He was working with me. So I was in school, and he's also here working and selling on my behalf. Okay, so now I begin to notice some certain things like when I'm in school, maybe I'll knock off around 15, 16, 17. Then I'll come here at, school, at the shop. By the time the shop was really small, we are just starting and we are maybe 2 months down the line. Okay, so what I did was this chap was working with me. And then after some time I could come, like after I knock off from school, I could come direct here. And then I was like, okay, let me work, you rest. Okay, so what I would observe would be that the moment that he's working there, when I look at the sales that he has made from morning up to 15 hours or 17 hours, and the sales that I'm gonna make from 17 to 20 hours, like someone might make maybe 200 kwacha, and then when I come over, let me work, then I make a 400 kwacha within just maybe 2-3 hours. You see, and this is a reality. This is something that really was troubling me a lot in my beginning. So as I continued working, I'm teaching here, I come back, then I could just observe the same thing. Then I started thinking to myself, say, what could be an issue here? What could be the problem? When he's having a lot more time more than myself, but when I sit down to work, I'm working more than him. So you see, I begin to discover one of the things that I think I should share with you. One thing that I noticed was that a business follows your spirit. That is a reality. Your business follows your spirit. There could be moments when there's no business, as he has not sold anything and all that. The way I could find him seated at the shop could portray that things are hard here. You see, and this time someone doesn't know, because me, when I was starting, I was really aware of what I was going into, but the person I was working with was not aware. You see, I was aware that I can go 6 months down the line without a sale. I was prepared for that. And now for that person who was working, it was like a disappointment to him, like sitting over and watching himself sit without anything for hours. It was a disappointment. So the moment I just get to the shop, you just look at the way the situation is, you look at the person and you feel anyway, it shows that things are not going on well. Okay, so that is the number one thing that I noticed, and it made an effect on the business. All the time when a customer walks in, the way you are going to portray yourself towards customer will determine whether you can make a sale or not. Okay, so I thought to myself, because I saw the results when I'm seated and the result when I'm not there, so I begin to think to quit teaching so that I can come up and continue. Okay, so this continued for some time, and other thing I began to notice is that when I just enter the shop, I could feel it with my spirit in there, like the atmosphere could change. You see, when the person is there, the atmosphere I could find it could be a different one, but when I get over there, then I could just change the atmosphere. Maybe I buy something just very little. Maybe I buy perfume, say, okay, just a perfume for 30 kwacha. I get a perfume and say, okay, buy me a perfume. I just get it, I spray it, it just starts smelling nice. Something that someone cannot think when they're actually working. So just that perfume could change the atmosphere. It begins to feel good. Oh, okay, go and buy a Camistamine. We just shine. We just clean the place, we shine the phone covers with those Mr. Me, and that could just make a difference. So that such could happen, man. Like that was a reality. So then I began to think seriously about quitting. Then I shared with somebody. I said I want to quit. Okay, then luckily enough, the following day I just went there, I quit. Then I came over to my shop to just come and concentrate. Right. So the moment I just came over, man, like I could open up my mind so largely. I could make sure that I opened up my mind. I just don't know how I can explain to you the feeling and the transition that I got from leaving that teaching and then coming just to concentrate on solemnly just just working as in a phone accessory business. This was one of the things that really triggered me to do things. Like when I sat down there, sometimes I could just think, okay, fine, I think what I'm gonna do here, I'll start selling airtime. Then as I started selling airtime, when people came over, instead of buying airtime, then you ask how much is that charger, because like a booth was small, so maybe apparently people when they see it from afar, they think, it's just like a booth, let's just go and buy airtime, let's do transactions. But they come over, they find there are new things there. So it could come as just an attraction and all that. So then I began to see also other loopholes. I discovered to say these guys that are dealing with mobile money, when it is 18 hours, they are gone. They are all home. And I was the only one remaining there. So then to attract people, I made sure that I had a very strong right. It could light up the place. And then I could also make those transactions. That was not my business, but it was just a trap to trap customers. So then people could just look at me from afar and then they come over to do transactions. Everyone is gone. Maybe I could sit sometimes, maybe up to 22 hours I'm just working. And because of being right on the post of duty, people could start discovering me and they begin to know what I'm dealing with and all that stuff. Then I could discover that those people that I was dealing with in the night, then they could come in the morning, mwache tusichoka charger, sell us a charger and all that. So I could just see that, so then this concentration that I had, guys, it just opened up my mind, So then, right, so this also made me do some of the tricks that I thought were better. What I did was, maybe sometimes when I'm seated, like I'm having total control of what is happening, what is entering and what is going out. So what I did was, like maybe a day I sell a 500 kwacha, a 600 kwacha, a 1000 and all that stuff. So what I did was, maybe every day I could even get just a 200 kwacha, I keep it aside. A 200 I keep it from the main sales. Let's say if I sell a 500, then I could keep a 200, then the other 300 I put it back into business and I make orders, but this I'm keeping. So you would find that maybe after a month I would maybe remain with a 6,000. After maybe 2 weeks I would remain with a 3,000 and all that stuff. So what I did was, I got the same money, I started buying some small phones on eBay. I buy phones. When phones could come, they could give me excess profit. When those phones gave me that profit, I could get maybe maybe if one phone gives me 1,000 profit, then I get a 500, I put it in the business, then I get the list, I buy another one like that. So just doing like that, all these things came about because I had to leave teaching. I had to just concentrate. I just had to say, fine, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. And I noticed that when you just dedicate yourself to say, this is what I'm gonna do, there's nothing that is gonna stop you. You're definitely gonna win. You definitely business gonna work out best. Okay. So I did that and it worked out well, man. And today I've done about several expansions from this to this to this to this, and right now as I'm speaking into this video, we are planning for another expansion. You see, so that's what it is, guys. Okay. And this never just came about like a dream and all that stuff. No, but I had to give it more time. I had to see where the loopholes were. I had to take advantage of those loopholes. Until today, it has given out, man. If I right now, everyone that meets me, they know about SIKA. People could know about my first name, they could know about me, and in different areas. Some of the people could know about me like sir, a teacher and all that. But this time around, the same people now know me as a business person. Okay. Why? Because I took advantage of those places where I thought to say, this is where people are lacking behind. Okay. Now you might be thinking to say, okay, I want to get started with this phone accessory business, but do I have to leave my teaching also and concentrate? Man, this is a decision that I made which I never had a backup on. You see, I cannot tell you to say do that, but the best that I can tell you is that save. Okay, once you save, start the business, and when you start the business, you don't want the business to stay at the same level. Okay, the only thing that I would tell you that is important, let nobody cheat about this. I cannot cheat you. With the experience that I had concentrating fully and when I was partially, there's a very big difference. But if you want to start, there's nothing that is going to stop you. You can still start and manage it. Okay. But the best that you can do, train a person. That is the first thing. Train up a person. Let them work, let them reflect your values. That is the best thing. Sit them down. Okay. My friend, this is what I want you to be doing in your shop. Okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and make sure they are following what you are telling them to do. Okay, if they are not following what you're telling them to do, fire them, find another one. Okay, when you want to work with this business, you'd find that you work with a lot of different people. Okay, some will be willing to make a change, some will be willing to work with you, and there'll be those people that will not be willing to work with you, but they want money from you. You see, so make sure that you find somebody who's willing to work with you. That is the most important thing. Okay, so the other tip I can give you is that never work with someone who is a family member, especially when your business is starting. Get those away. You know, those people, take them off. Don't let them come close to the business as it is starting. It's gonna be killed, man. It will be killed. The point when you can now think of family members, it is a time when the business has expanded and you know to say, okay, fine, it is now surviving, it is now striving. That's when you can say, okay, fine, let me pick one of my family members to work with. But this is a mistake that you must avoid. Never even think about family members. Okay, that is what you can do. If at all you want to be controlling the business on the distance, make sure that you put in people that you know so you can fire without any compromise. You can fire without giving you any effects. Imagine you are working with your brother or your sister and now they misbehave. What are you going to do? When you fire them, it will look bad to the family. When you fire them, you will feel bad yourself. So make sure you are with those people that you know to say, when you fire them, no effect, nothing will happen. You're just concentrated on work. Okay, the other thing I can tell you is never put a person you trust with money in charge of money. Don't let them be in charge. Those people that you trust, don't let them be in charge as you are controlling the business on the distance. Don't let them be in charge. Put the people that you know to say, fine, I don't trust them. The only thing that is happening between me and this person is business. And moreover, me, I don't use business trust, this word trust in business. Don't use it because it's going to kill your business. Okay, fine. So put a person that you don't trust, but the only thing that you know is that we are doing business with this one. If he misbehaves, I'll put him in a cell. Full stop. Okay, you know, these things you need to be laugh about them, especially when you want to do them. Okay, fine, guys, you can control it on a distance using these tips that I've given you. But if you want to do something different, love it, it'll be your business. One time you'll be coming here looking for solutions. Okay, but when the solutions have been offered to you on the silver plate, so make sure you follow this up.